Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Friday, January 8th at 3:25 p.m. Pacific Standard Time by Zeno Reader. There are 715 headlines from 108 these we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Jets latest team to interview 49er Saleh for coaching job. Biden supports impeaching Trump, Cedric Richmond tells Democrats. Rep. Crenshaw slams congressional push to overturn election as deeply unconstitutional. Inside the charming Parisian apartment of French designer Sarah Poniatowski. A Reuters photographer says he overheard pro-Trump insurrectionists saying they wanted to hang Mike Pence at the Capitol. Senator Ben Sasse called his GOP colleague Josh Hawley's election objections really dumbass and a terrible idea. Photos of Meghan Markle and Kate Middleton before they were royal show how drastically their lives have changed. Dominion voting system sues Sidney Powell for defamation. Brazilian beaches packed over holidays even as COVID death toll crossed 200,000. The latest, Twitter bans Michael Flynn, Sidney Powell. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Apple has threatened to ban Parler from the App Store, BuzzFeed News. These are Sony's first 360-degree audio speakers, The Verge. Elon Musk told his followers to use Signal, leading to 1,100% surge in unrelated stock with similar name, CNBC. Alaska Senator Lisa Murkowski calls on President Trump to resign, questions her future as a Republican, Anchorage Daily News. Dallas Cowboys fire defensive coordinator Mike Nolan, ESPN. Manuel announces contract extension for football head coach Jim Harbaugh, MGO Blue. What to expect from an online-only says 2021, Engadget. Michael Apted, director and 7-Up documentarian, dies at 79, The Guardian. Stock market rally hits new highs on stimulus hopes, Tesla, NEO spike, Investors Business Daily. Pennsylvania Governor, Health Secretary give update on COVID-19 and vaccine plan, WTAE Pittsburgh. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Angry Trump supporters harass Lindsey Graham at D.C. airport, traitor. What it was like to report from the pro-Trump riot at the Capitol. Ex-Trump lawyer Sidney Powell sued by voting machine company for defamation. GOP Senator Lisa Murkowski calls for Trump's removal, questions staying Republican. Donald Trump is disappearing from the internet. Calls grow for sense, Josh Hawley, Ted Cruz to resign for subverting democracy. Woman caught on video attacking black teen snaps at Gayle King in unhinged interview. Exclamation point, the House Democrats drafting articles of impeachment could come within days, reports. The Simpsons predicted the Capitol riot, of course. RNC remains loyal to Trump as calls mount for his departure for inciting fatal riot. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Bank robbed across from police headquarters. Assistant police chief promoted to acting chief. Movie rental store presses eject after 42 years. Anonymous winner claims $1 million prize. Hundreds displaced after deadly tornado. Nurse gets vaccine in honor of grandmother. Sledding hill named after 91-year-old teacher. Last chance to see Jim Henson's exhibition at the Durham Museum. State officials update in-person learning guidance. PD, suspects entered through the drive-through window. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. Murkowski is first GOP senator to call for Trump's resignation. Cuomo widens eligibility after vaccine goes unused or is even thrown out. Impeachment, coronavirus, 52 places, your Friday evening briefing. America in 2021, racial progress in the South, a white mob in the Capitol. Why I got the Russian vaccine. Tommy Lasorda, a Dodger from his cleats to his cap, dies at 93. Biden plans to release nearly all vaccine doses to states. IRS tries to fix millions of misdirected stimulus payments. The sperm kings have a problem, too much demand. Deutsche Bank said to pay $100 million over bribery charges. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Alex Trebek's Final Jeopardy! Episode airs. Lindsey Graham called traitor by crowd at airport. MSNBC producer called out for accusing Tom Cotton of racist double standard on quelling riots. Twitter permanently suspends Flynn, Sidney Powell, says they engaged in harmful activity related to QAnon. Trump, Giuliani, Trump Jr. may be investigated over rolling Capitol riot, D.C. Attorney General suggests. Biden says Trump's not fit to serve as president but punts on calls for impeachment. Capitol rioting, Ben Shapiro blasts Biden over divisive, emotional response to violence. Capitol riot, media mirrors Biden by vilifying police, comparing response to Black Lives Matter protests. House, Senate conservatives eye impeachment. Mike Huckabee, Trump's policies have made life better for every American. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Friday, January 8th. The next headlines are from the 7th most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. It's disgraceful, Black woman attacked during pro-Trump demonstration in DTLA. Homeless man gets life-changing reward after returning woman's lost wallet. Stimulus check latest, have the chances of a $2,000 payment improved? How does the 25th Amendment work? Congresswoman Mary Miller apologizes for quoting Hitler in speech outside Capitol, accuses others of twisting her words. Dodgers legend Tommy Lasorda dies at 93, one of the most memorable personalities in baseball history. Bears Saints preview, Sean Payton should be considered in National Coach of the Year conversations, says CBS's Tracy Wolfson. IRS sends stimulus payments to wrong bank accounts affecting estimated 13M tax service customers. LeBron James, Capitol riots show we live into America's. How to talk to kids about the U.S. Capitol chaos, honesty is really, really important. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Boris Johnson begs families to stay home and Chris Whitty appears in TV ad as part of new campaign. Democrats say they will impeach Trump on article of incitement of insurrection. Mayor Sadiq Khan declares a major incident in London. Joe Biden agrees with Donald Trump's decision to miss inauguration. Dominic Sandbrook reveals how Trump's narcissism has brought U.S. to the brink of catastrophe. Nurse catches COVID 3 weeks after getting vaccine. David and Victoria Beckham win planning war to build a lake and island at 6 and Cotswolds mansion. Priyanka Chopra heads back to filming, after insisting wasn't breaking COVID rules at hair salon. Prince William pays tribute to NHS workers during video call with Omerton University hospital staff. One medic reveals the reality behind all the rhetoric. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. Bolsonaro sent soldiers to the Amazon to curb deforestation. Here's how the effort failed. Iran's Khomeini bans the import of US and UK coronavirus vaccines. Congo releases man convicted of role in Kabila assassination. Sweden passes law allowing coronavirus lockdowns, expect to use it soon. A day at the Colosseum, with the custodians who have the Roman ruins all to themselves. Daughter of slain Sri Lankan journalist files UN complaint. Hong Kong grants bail to arrested pro-democracy activists. WHO, amid short supplies, vaccine doses can be 6 weeks apart. Easing dispute, UAE announces reopening of borders to Qatar. Uganda's election shapes up as a contest of young versus old. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. House Democrats consider swift impeachment as Trump says he will not attend Biden inauguration, live. Dance workouts got me through lockdown, here are 10 of the best. Coronavirus live news, U.S. hits global record with 4,000 deaths in 24 hours, Cyprus to enter new lockdown. Drone footage shows huge sinkhole in Naples hospital car park, video. A return to civility will not begin to quell the threat of fascism in the U.S. Richard Seymour. With the Capitol riot, the Trumpists have become a de facto third party. Mike Davis. COVID-19 is out of control in London, says Sadiq Khan, video. We see 2 different USAs, NBA players and coaches on Capitol riot, video. Giant sinkhole opens in hospital car park in Naples. Coronavirus kills 4,000 as America suffers its deadliest day of the pandemic. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Boston Mayor, RI Governor among Biden adds to economic team. Federal murder probe opened into Capitol Police officer's death. More coronavirus relief on the way for small businesses. Capitol siege raises security concerns for Biden inaugural. Woman accused of attacking teen in NY hotel arrested, boy's family speaks out. Arizona hottest hotspot for COVID as health officials warn of hospital strain. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Bosnia, icy struggle for many migrants stuck in freezing tents. Capitol riots, questions mount over security failure. Trump riots, could the president be removed from power? Satyapal, Indian designer who made the sari fashionable, dies at 78. Zakir Rahman Lakhvi, suspected Mumbai attack leader, jailed in Pakistan. Trump riots, policeman Brian Sicknick dies after engaging with protesters. Renee Montgomery, the basketball star partially responsible for Raphael Warnock's Senate success. Huge sinkhole appears in Italy hospital car park. Pfizer vaccine works against key variant mutation, study suggests. New Zealand, woman dies in rare suspected shark attack. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. History repeating itself, immigrants know what political violence looks like, Capitol riot has many shaken. Immigrant who fled political violence reflects on U.S. Capitol attack. Coronavirus updates, people without symptoms make up 59% of virus spread, an American dies every 21 seconds, a new daily record. On this day, January 8, 2018. Security heightened around U.S. Capitol following pro-Trump riot. Meet the new Batwoman, Javisha Leslie. Capitol Police Officer Brian Sicknick dies from injuries in pro-Trump riot, what we know. D.C. riots updates, Capitol Police Officer dies from injuries, FBI offers $50,000 reward for pipe bomb suspect info. Scientists say Earth is spinning faster than it has in decades, a leap second may be added. D.C. riot updates, Capitol rioters are being identified, losing jobs, officer's death being investigated as homicide. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Conflicting messages, essential work, why Riverside coronavirus cases are skyrocketing. Column, Trump saw himself as a strongman leader, he ended up a one-term president with a legacy of failure. San Diego veterans' radical path led to Trump, QAnon and a deadly insurrection. Far-right extremists want to target more capitals, but are divided after the C riot. Triage officers would decide who gets care and who doesn't if COVID-19 crushes LA hospitals. California COVID-19 vaccine rollout hit with software system problems. Column, when you give the devil a ride, don't be shocked when the U.S. Capitol is stormed. Internal memo criticizes OC District Attorney's review of Roe v. Wade rape case. Health Director calls for hard 3-week school shutdown in LA County amid deadly COVID surge. California OK's expansion of who can get COVID-19 vaccine to avoid doses going to waste. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Friday, January 8, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Chinese woman who came forward as part of Me Too movement being punished under defamation law. 1 in 30 Londoners has COVID, a city mayor declares a major incident. A year after Wuhan, China locks down another city of 11 million people to contain a coronavirus flare-up. An anti-terrorism court in Pakistan has handed death sentences to 3 men for social media posts deemed insulting to Prophet Muhammad under the country's blasphemy laws. Fourth accused, a college teacher, sentenced to 10 years in jail for blasphemous lecture he delivered in the classroom. England will now require international arrivals to have negative COVID-19 test. Hong Kong public broadcaster chief reminds staff not to interview the 53 Democrats arrested by national security law. Scientists propose permanent human habitat built orbiting series. President Vladimir Putin made no statement on unprecedented chaos in U.S. when he spoke briefly with journalists, while Russia's foreign ministry said, the events in Washington show that the U.S. electoral process is archaic, does not meet modern standards and is prone to violations. Police will find Brits without face mask the first time they're caught from now on. Archaeologists in Turkey unearth 2,500-year-old temple of Aphrodite. COVID, Brisbane to enter 3-day lockdown over single infection. WhatsApp will delete your account if you don't agree sharing data with Facebook. Facebook appeals ruling that it stole tech, so, Italian judge issues new judgment, pay 10 times the original fine. WhatsApp is forcing users to share personal data with Facebook, and Elon Musk is urging people to switch to Signal, a smaller encrypted messaging app. Beijing orders Chinese media to censor coverage of a liberal probe. The next headlines are from Forbes. Poster boy of the radical right, Missouri's 2 biggest newspapers call for Senator Josh Hawley's resignation. Most anticipated rock albums of 2021, Evanescence, Foo Fighters, Weezer and Arcade Fire. Trump says he won't attend Biden's inauguration. Report, federal murder investigation announced over death of Capitol Police officer. Jeffree Star and Kanye West, the bizarre rumor, explained. Chicago Bulls veteran showing value early in 2020 to 2021 season. Cybersecurity threats remain a concern for global corporations. Daniel Bryan reportedly pushing WWE to call up more NXT stars. Edge's Royal Rumble return was WWE's most liked YouTube video of 2020. Banks called out for their role in financing plastic pollution. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Search for better COVID vaccines confounded by existing rollouts. Ice bathes Pluto in a blue haze. COVID research updates. Evidence grows of a new coronavirus variant's swift spread. Active retirement keeps me involved in science and helps others. Could new COVID variants undermine vaccines? Labs scramble to find out. Daily briefing. Short-statured giraffes surprise scientists. Brain maps show how empathetic mice feel each other's pain. The world population update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,678,066,125 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Donald Trump says he will not attend Joe Biden's inauguration. NBC News names Kristen Welker, Peter Olax under chief White House correspondents. Why the end of Saudi's Qatar blockade is good news for Middle East entertainment. Watch an exclusive first trailer for Derek Del Guadio's one-man show in and of itself. AMC Networks launches streaming outlets for Vizio Smart TVs. Mohammed Rashad's The Settlement examines plight of workers in Egypt exclusive. BBC receives 500 complaints about New Year's fireworks tribute to Black Lives Matter, Global Bulletin. Brazilian queer artist Violaida Borges João Paulo Miranda Maria's Goddess of the Water exclusive. Roku acquires global rights to 75 plus Quibi shows, will stream them for free. Great British Bake Off star Nabila Hussain to voice CBB show What's on Your Head? The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Dominion voting sues former Trump lawyer, seeking $1.3 billion in damages. U.S. Capitol flag will fly at half-staff, FBI offers reward over pipe bombs. London mayor says city at crisis point, declares major incident. Coronavirus world map, tracking the spread of the outbreak. Coronavirus is surging, how severe is your state's outbreak? Pandemic price tag, U.S. employers cut 140,000 jobs in December. South Korean court orders Japan to compensate 12 World War II sex slaves. Here's how the U.S. can jumpstart its sluggish COVID-19 vaccine rollout. Alibaba founder Jack Ma has fallen off the radar. Here are some clues why. At Google, hundreds of workers formed a labor union. Why? To protect ourselves. The following headlines are from The Week. GOP Senator Ben Sasse says he would consider Trump impeachment articles. U.S. economy loses 140,000 jobs in December, the first loss since April. Former White House Communications Director Alyssa Farah, Trump is directly responsible for Capitol riots. House may push impeachment next week, Pelosi deputy says. Pfizer says tests show its COVID-19 vaccine is effective against new, more contagious variant. The Daily Business Briefing, January 8, 2021. 10 things you need to know today, January 8, 2021. Late night hosts don't think the pro-Trump Capitol insurrection was very funny, tell jokes anyway. 24 movies to watch in 2021. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. Editorial, look-down ballot for Democratic wins in Texas. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Beyond Fermi's Paradox V, what is the dark forest hypothesis? New observations agree that the universe is 13.77 billion years old. Big news for SpaceX, static fire today, hot test this weekend. There should be a few supernovae in the Milky Way every century, but we've only seen 5 in the last 1,000 years. Why? These are the news headlines for today, Friday, January 8th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. View from space, an outburst from Popocatépetl. When will the age of Aquarius begin? What are degrees, arc minutes and arc seconds? The Sun in 2020. Planetary trio, Jupiter, Saturn, Mercury, low in west at dusk. Watch for Venus, Antares and the Moon before sun up January 9th, 10th and 11th. Is a solar flare the same thing as a CME? Ancient Mayan civilization used advanced water treatment technology. Star trails over a tree-lined path. See a faint star cluster near bright Sirius. The next news is from Politico. London declares major incident over rising coronavirus cases. As job losses mount, states struggle to pay extended benefits. Reversing job market opens door to larger Biden stimulus. They are running away. Clyburn blasted DeVos, Chow for resigning without invoking 25th Amendment. Democrats speed toward Trump's impeachment. Tarnished by Trump, national security officials struggle to find new jobs. This is going to come back and bite them. Capitol breach inflames Democrats' ire at Silicon Valley. Georgia just delivered Democrats their most powerful weapon. A riot and a reckoning. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Pfizer study suggests vaccine works against COVID-19 mutation. Donald Trump tweets that he will not attend Joe Biden's inauguration. Dominion sues Trump lawyer over wild election claims, seeks $1.3 billion US. Brisbane 3-day lockdown a short, sharp shock against UK strain. NSW on alert as family tests positive to South African COVID-19 mutation. From Camberwell to Shetland in search of my family's story. Wealth gap driving division. We are all addicts now, a call for compassion. US on hold as deranged president makes unpredictable decisions. Fear of the unknown, hazard on the pandemic and 30 years as an MP. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. The Wall Street Journal, high-ranking company executives among employees being fired after participating in riot inside U.S. Capitol. Moderna's COVID-19 vaccine becomes third shot authorized for use in UK. Futures movers, oil prices on track for weekly gain after Saudi output cut. Coronavirus update, more than 4,000 lives lost to COVID in U.S. in a single day, exceeding death toll from 9/11 attacks. Market snapshot, Dow briefly turns lower, S&P 500, Nasdaq wobble as investors parse worst jobs report since April. Bond report, U.S. Treasury yields extend climb despite disappointing jobs report. Electric car sales jump to record 54% market share in Norway in 2020 but Tesla loses top spot. Grim and unlikely to get much better before the spring, economists react to December employment report. Social Security may get some help under a Democratic-controlled Senate, maybe. Apple may pick more electric vehicle partners than Hyundai, Wedbush analyst says. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Developing a global patent portfolio, Lixology. A faculty member named fellow by National Academy of Inventors, the Daily Cougar. CNIPA and KIPO to switch to WIPO-DOS for electronic priority document exchange, intellectual property, China, Mondac News alerts. Latest progress in IPR protection of China, intellectual property, China, Mondac News alerts. Steven Steger I am. Kevin Zilka I am. Leonor Magals Galvo I am. Martin McLean I am. Hector Ellis Chagoya I am. Justin Hill I am. The next headlines are from Quartz. Should Trump be tried for what happened in the Capitol? COVID-19 vaccine delays reveal a shortage of healthcare workers. China praised itself for saving UIR women from being baby-making machines. What the U.S. can do to speed up vaccine distribution. The optimal COVID-19 testing strategy for reopening the office. Georgia voters have struck fear in the hearts of big tech companies. Tesla founder Elon Musk surpasses Jeff Bezos as world's richest human. Fortnite's parent company is turning a North Carolina mall into its headquarters. Decoding the flags and banners seen at the Capitol Hill insurrection. QAnon and the storm of the U.S. Capitol, the offline effect of online conspiracy theories. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. 6G hype is already getting stupid, when 5G hype hasn't even finished disappointing us yet. Snowflake Josh Hawley seems to think the First Amendment means Simon & Schuster has to give him a book contract. PSA, if someone doesn't accept your friend request, do not threaten to kill them and kick in their front door. Copyright troll Richard Leibovitz helps protect free speech and fair use by losing yet another case. Politics is not a game. Wednesday, January 6th, the day the game of politics turned into insurrection. Daily Deal, the Build a Strategy game development bundle. Going dark, cops grab vehicle data to identify a murder suspect. AT&T is restoring its BS broadband caps because apparently the COVID crisis is over. Appeals court, just because someone used an email account to send threats doesn't make it an interstate crime. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. SpaceX. David Bowie. Elvis Presley. Olivia Rodrigo. Lakers. Dallas Mavericks. Rust. Morgan Wallen. Mr. Mayor. Wheel of Fortune. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Dominion voting system suing pro-Trump lawyer Sidney Powell for $1.3 billion. Oil rallies to 11-month highs on surprise Saudi cuts and U.S. crude supply drop. Pelosi orders Capitol flags to fly at half-staff in honor of cop fatally injured in riot. British women fight for going on walk, told by police that carrying tea is classed as picnic. Stirring the pot, Mike Tyson instigates heated exchange between Ryan Garcia and rival Gervonta Davis. Outbreak of highly pathogenic H5N8 bird flu virus detected in Lithuanian poultry. Trump promises great American patriots who voted for him will have a giant voice in the future. Watch, AP correspondent shoved around by MAGA protesters who mistook him for Antifa provocateur. Denmark to roll out coronavirus vaccine passport for travelers in early 2021. Worse than Benghazi, prosecutors say they'll track down rioters, as liberals compare Capitol riot to Libyan debacle. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Stock slammed again as 10Y yield spikes above CTA liquidation trigger. Alibaba, Tencent surge after Treasury excludes them from updated list of Chinese military companies. President Trump will not attend Biden's inauguration. Roku buys Quibi's entire content library for under $100. MM's backers brace for billion-dollar loss. Democrats I vote on impeachment as early as next week. Rabo, amid the hysteria, here are 2 U.S. coups that already quietly happened. Sidney Powell sued by Dominion for $1.3 billion. Miami doctor dies after receiving first dose of Pfizer vaccine. The Fed is a clear and present danger. U.S. tops 4K daily COVID deaths for first time. UK approves Moderna jab. Hive updates. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Qatar GCC agreement, a victory for measured diplomacy. Saudi carves path out of U.S. partisan politics with Qatar détente. UN fears massive COVID transmission in Ethiopia's Tigray. Woman who falsely accused black teen of theft is arrested. After unrest, Kyrgyzstan heads to presidential vote. Debate over Trump's future grows with impeachment calls, live. Major incident in London as number of COVID patients soars. Children among civilians killed in northern Cameroon attack. UK approves Moderna's COVID-19 vaccine for use. US economy sheds 140,000 jobs in December and end to brutal year. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Danish TV network launches children's show about a man with a giant penis. Donald Trump, my supporters will have a giant voice and will not be disrespected. Border apprehensions jump to highest level since year 2000. Dominion voting system sues Sidney Powell for defamation following election fraud claims. Sassy won't rule out impeachment, 25th Amendment for Trump, I will definitely consider. Tucker Carlson, GOP leaders despise their own voters. Boris Johnson, Trump encouraged people to storm the Capitol. GOP rep Kinzinger on Trump, it's almost like he's some cult leader. U.S. economy lost 140,000 jobs in December, unemployment unchanged at 6.7%. Michelle Obama calls on big tech to ban Donald Trump. The next headlines are from UPI News. Woman's winning lottery ticket almost ended up in a Christmas card. Socialite says he bought out entire flight to travel privately. David Hasselhoff auctioning off kit car from Knight Rider. Watch, leopard wanders hallway of medical college in India. No pants subway ride cancelled for 2021 due to COVID-19. Maryland man 57-pound flathead catfish breaks state record. Look, Arizona troopers lasso loose pig next to highway. Watch, Tennessee restaurant assembles 1,120-pound spam musubi. The next headlines are from odd, strange and bizarre things. 5 things to look forward to in 2021. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Charity staff at St. Vincent de Paul organizes a funeral for 82-year-old who died alone on city streets. New study shows spending a long time on your phone isn't bad for your mental health. This film festival is looking for a person to spend 7 days alone watching movies in a remote lighthouse. New species, devil-eyed frog, and satyr butterfly not seen for a century found in forests 30 miles from the capital. Plastic straws and single-use bags vanish from China. Van Kixon. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Friday, January 8th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Woman's body discovery that sparked police search turns out to be a large potato. World unluckiest burglars pocket dial police during robbery. Dolphin beaten to death, 3 arrested. The UK's new H.G. Wells coin features numerous errors, including a 4-legged tripod. The nuclear lighthouse is built by the Soviets in the Arctic. Vineta, the fanciest dessert of the 90s, is back. Off the beat, man jailed after snoring loudly at McDonald's. Groom runs away from his wedding while bride ties knot with a guest. California may have paid Florida other out-of-state inmates job benefits. Do you have $79,000 and B, want to own a library? The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. This 15-course Mickey collection will make you a better photographer almost overnight. Nope, facial recognition didn't spot Antifa members at U.S. riots. Georgia unveils the first F-charging solar roadway in the U.S. How startups are using XR to disrupt how we work, learn, and play. Porsche taken dethrones Tesla Model 3 as the fastest theft across the USA. Love music? Now's the time to get a Last.fm account. Chicago's second escalator trial shows riders are losing interest. Adversarial attacks are a ticking time bomb, but no one cares. We might see an Apple car this decade, here's what we know. Pardon the intrusion. Number 34, Cyberbuddies had a field day in 2020. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Entangling electrons with heat. Engineers find antioxidants improve nanoscale visualization of polymers. High-speed atomic force microscopy visualizes cell protein factories. Commonly used blood pressure medication safe for COVID-19 patients, study finds. New mechanism underlying male infertility. Insight into the Yellowstone hotspot. Cancer cells hibernate like bears to evade harsh chemotherapy. Mysterious family life of notorious saber-toothed tiger. Research confirms increase in river flooding and droughts in U.S., Canada. Functional seizures associated with stroke, psychiatric disorders. The next headlines are from Information Week. Are no-code and low-code answers to the dev talent gap? DevOps, watch out for these 5 common snags. 4 ways to overcome AI obstacles. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Friday, January 8th from over 100 sources to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA, NSF sign agreement to advance space, Earth, biological, physical sciences. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Top-ranked Gonzaga knocks off by 86-69. West Jordan man charged with intentionally running over store clerk. Scott D. Pierce, there's a new All Creatures Great and Small on PBS, and it's gorgeous. Trump concedes as some call for his ouster. Utah's members of Congress talk about Capitol violence, blame and solutions. Capitol assault, electoral endgame and Utah's new governor on this week's Behind the Headlines. With Zach Wilson entering the NFL draft, where does that leave the Bayou Cougars at quarterback? 10 Utah restaurants, born amid the pandemic, to celebrate in 2021. Trigger editorial, vaccine rollout is Utah's top priority. David Brooks, Mitt Romney showed what moral leadership looks like. The next headlines are from Slashdot, tech news for nerds. C-Hub founder criticizes sudden Twitter ban over counterfeit content. Tesla passes Facebook to become 5th most valuable U.S. company. Roku tops 51 million accounts, becoming the biggest smart TV platform in North America. Google ad changes face UK probe in first shot at big tech. Sealed U.S. court records exposed in SolarWinds breach. Boeing to pay $2.5 billion to settle U.S. probe of 737 MAX crashes. Hyundai Motor says it's in early talks with Apple to develop a self-driving car. Scientists observe live cells responding to magnetic fields for first time. Earth is whipping around quicker than it has in a half-century. BBVA says that it is shutting down banking app Simple, will transfer users to BBVA USA. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Illinois Congresswoman Mary Miller apologizes for Hitler quote in D.C. speech. Governor Pritzker signs letter demanding U.S. stop holding back COVID vaccines. Stimulus checks, with Democrats in control, when could we get $2,000 direct payments? Democrats to discuss impeaching Trump for a second time after assault on Capitol. First fourth-generation Sknuk family member to join Sknuk market strategy team. First responders vaccinations could be pushed back to the end of February in St. Louis. Pfizer study suggests vaccine works against new virus variant. Slough Hospital discharges its 500th COVID patient. Supply chain delay means local police, firefighters must wait longer for COVID vaccine. Working from home included in St. Louis City earnings tax collection. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. President Trump, I will not be going to the inauguration. Dozens of snakes, lizards, rats die in house fire. FBI seeks tips on those who stormed Capitol building. You gotta check in with them. How to reflect on U.S. Capitol riot with children. County reports 3.8K new COVID-19 infections, record hospitalizations. Education head Betsy DeVos quits, cites Trump rhetoric. Dog owners alarmed by signs on Fiesta Island. Second vaccine doses being delivered as rollout continues in county. Drug smuggling drones soaring over border into residential neighborhoods, agents say. The next headlines are from spooknews.com. As Biden enters White House, did Israel's Mossad win war with Iran? Landlord used hidden cameras to spy on at least 13 tenants, charges say. New Chrome feature will guard your privacy, even with incognito mode turned off. Man accused of helping Saudi Arabia spy on critics seeks dismissal of charges. Strictly legal, nursing home resident can set up hidden video camera. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. British F-35 fighters to get miniature cruise missiles. U.S. Air Force MiG-130J Spec Ops transport practice formation flying in Japan. Russian Army to receive more Tu-S-35 Koalitsaya SV self-propelled howitzers. U.S. military converts C-17 transport aircraft into mobile vaccination clinic. Milgram Robotics shows first ever footage of its Type X robotic combat vehicle. India 2x56 C-295 transport aircraft in $2.5 billion contract. U.S. Army plans to digitize its Stryker Brigade combat teams. U.S. Marine Corps began fielding suppressors to infantry, special operations units. U.S. Navy awards contract to Wärtsilä Defense for submarine propeller systems. Raytheon gets $34 million contract for advanced electronic attack system. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. Wartime mode, a COVID-19 dispatch from Shi Jiazhuang. Your name engraved herein, forbidden love in 1980s Taiwan. Acclaimed Chinese director Chen Cage threatens to sue critics, again. Asia-Pacific Economic Explainer, how the China-friendly RCEP arose after the U.S. abandoned TPP. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Friday, January 8, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Capitol Police officer mourned after riot homicide. Trump confirms he won't be at Biden's inauguration. U.S. breaks single-day COVID death record. Trump impeachment, House Dems discuss president's removal. Rep. Jackie Speier joins efforts to impeach Trump. Bay Area intensive care unit availability plunges, same-day reopening was anticipated. Tech company CEO, tattoo artist among those arrested at U.S. Capitol riot. Woman who falsely accused black teen of theft at NYC hotel is arrested. Bay Area security experts discuss what went wrong at U.S. Capitol. CA Superintendent Serge Newsom to make changes to reopening plan. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. President Trump won't attend Joe Biden's inauguration. Grains mixed, livestock lower. Reich remains focused on game with return to Buffalo looming. Review, Steve Earle pays moving tribute to his son's talent. Wall Street drips near records following weak jobs report. Bucks and Browns reach territory Tom Brady visits annually. Bills face Reich coached Colts in first home playoff since 1996. My decision to enter the Capitol was wrong, Inverness, Roselle men charged after Capitol riot. How Capitol riots brought high school history curricula to life. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Here's how Seattleites should prepare for an earthquake. Trump supporters break through Washington governor's grounds as others storm U.S. Capitol. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Algeria, Spain, Morocco. Drought is ongoing in China, India, Nepal, Pakistan. Drought is ongoing in Mexico, United States. Drought is ongoing in Peru. Drought is ongoing in Georgia, Kazakhstan, Russia, Ukraine. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Peru, Paraguay, Uruguay. Drought is ongoing in Argentina. Drought is ongoing in Armenia, Azerbaijan, Iran, Lebanon, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Chile. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Friday, January 8th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from Cypher Brief Security News and High-Level Analysis. Special Report, Attack on Democracy. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Snow could mix in with rain coming into parts of southeast Texas. Houston Congresswoman introduces articles of impeachment against Trump. Innocent woman killed and baby critically injured in head-on crash involving possible drunk driver in the Highlands. Former New Caney ISD superintendent accused of stealing at least $30,000 from district. About 200,000 COVID-19 vaccine doses will be shipped next week to Texas. U.S. Capitol Police officer dies from injuries sustained during riots, officials say. Rapper DaBaby arrested in Beverly Hills for alleged firearm possession. SoCal woman who confronted black teen over phone in NYC in custody. U.S. Capitol has had violent incidents in the past, a historical review. Capitol Police officer dies from injuries sustained during riots, officials say. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Effort in Arkansas to enact hate crimes law in jeopardy. Swedish Prime Minister defends Christmas shopping mall trip. PM says Greece will ramp up speed of COVID-19 vaccinations. Indonesia's top Islamic body okays China's Sinovac vaccine. Israel postpones Netanyahu's trial amid virus lockdown. EU doubles COVID-19 vaccine order with Pfizer-BioNTech. Exclamation point, fluoriding is the new surfing for indoor adventure seekers. Titans to honor officers who responded to Christmas bombing. France's hopes lift as U.S. freezes tariffs over tech tax. Angie Thomas Writer Scholarship to be awarded for second time. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Extra, some brands no longer want to work with Austin icon Hillary Baldwin. Schumer, Pelosi threatened to impeach Trump if cabinet and Pence failed to act. Trump forever, costumed Capitol rioter is son of Brooklyn Supreme Court judge. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. COVID-19 is battering the Bronx, where some residents still resist wearing masks. Pro-Trump activist charged with making terroristic threats and bomb hoax at Queens Mall. NY's Democratic legislature eyes ambitious 2021 agenda, I want this to be a legendary session. Northwell Health promises to stop suing patients over unpaid medical bills during pandemic. Early edition, pro-Trump rioters have lost their bar cart privileges for the flight home. Coronavirus updates, de Blasio intensifies call for Cuomo to allow more vaccinations. The next headlines are from Observer.com. 10 productive ways to fight boredom during and after quarantine. NASA gears up for final test before our first Artemis moon mission in 2021. CBD reviews, 10 CBD oils and tinctures for sale that you need. Elon Musk blames Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg for Capitol riot. Loki showrunner will write Kevin Feige's Star Wars movie for Lucasfilm. 6,500 silver coins centuries old have been uncovered in a Polish village. Facebook suspends Donald Trump indefinitely after president incited riots in Capitol. Sarah Jessica Parker and Matthew Broderick sell West Village townhouse for $15 million. Bridgerton cast theorize about what's to come in season 2. 10 totally free reverse phone lookup with name, no charge. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. Next, info on a few earthquakes today from earthquaketoday.com. Minor earthquake, 3.32 mag was detected near Boca de Yuma in Dominican Republic. Minor earthquake, 3.86 mag strikes near Cruz Bay in U.S. Virgin Islands. Moderate earthquake, 5.2 mag was detected near South Sandwich Islands region. Minor earthquake, and 3.79 quake has struck near Cruz Bay in U.S. Virgin Islands. Minor earthquake, 3.42 mag was detected near Sierras in Puerto Rico. Light earthquake, 4.3 mag strikes near Ata Station in Alaska. Light earthquake, 4 mag strikes near Hisame Tamachi in Japan. Light earthquake, 4.3 mag strikes near Vanuatu region. Light earthquake, 4.4 mag has occurred near Port Vila in Vanuatu. Light earthquake, 4.4 mag strikes near Port Vila in Vanuatu. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Was it a coup? No, but siege on U.S. Capitol was the election violence of a fragile democracy. Shifting conversations in multifaceted policy making. If COVID-19 is primarily a first world virus, why is the global south in lockdown? Is the COVID-19 vaccine a potential biological weapon in reverse? The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. MSM already using Capitol Hill riot to call for more internet censorship. Facebook bans Trump from posting for remainder of his term in office. Shopify terminates Trump-related e-commerce sites in response to riots. Leading virologist says coronavirus pandemic is the greatest hoax ever perpetrated on an unsuspecting public. Trump concedes. Shock, new footage emerges of Capitol Police shooting Air Force vet Ashley Babbitt at point blank. Study, Bill Gates' DTP vaccine killed 10 times more African girls than the disease itself. The storming of the Capitol, America's Reichstag fire? The opening act of the new war on domestic terror. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Boston Marathon bomber sues over ball cap, showers in prison. Iraq issues arrest warrant for Trump over Soleimani killing. Capitol Police says officer dies after riots. Conservative media decry Capitol riot, but grievances remain. Education head DeVos quits, cites Trump rhetoric. Publisher drops book by Republican Senator Josh Hawley. Trump finally concedes amid talk of ouster from office. Boeing will pay $2.5 billion to settle charge over 737 MAX. Snopes seeks dismissal of yet another harassing lawsuit. Does photo show two women saving electoral votes during Capitol siege? The next headlines are from factcheck.org. Fact-checking the Electoral College debate. Bogus Antifa claims follow Capitol riot. Trump's falsehood fills Save America rally. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Putin gleeful after Trump stirs violent insurrection. Dickinson Season 2, TV's wildest, weirdest poet is back and better than ever. Now Congress knows what America's terrified kids feel like. This GOP needs a serious dose of truth and reconciliation. King Arthur's Camelot Castle is now ground zero for Brit QAnon. Merrick Garland is the perfect person to clean up Trump's cesspool. Prince Harry and Prince William may be making up, the Queen is rejoicing. Michael Cohen, I am certain that Donald Trump is psychotic right now. Watching Alex Trebek's Last Jeopardy, as America crumbles. MAGA Latino stronghold in Florida is a vaccine dead end. The next headlines are from the New York Post. California teacher accused of having sexual relationship with 15-year-old girl. Yankees Garrett Cole caught up in a lawsuit, sticky situation. Inside look at the Jets' latest head coaching candidates. Steve Nash, Capitol attack puts things in perspective. Cops seek second suspect in murder of Tennessee nurse on her way to work. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. The sky this week, Jupiter, Saturn, and Mercury jockey for position. The beginning to the end of the universe, inflating the universe. The beginning to the end of the universe, it started with a bang. Lonely pair of brown dwarfs found traversing the void together. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Sudden stratospheric warming could mean winter storms ahead. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Mercedes announces 56-inch hyperscreen in upcoming electric car. UFC fighter Irwin Rivera charged with attempted murder, claims higher power told him to stab 2 sisters. Hero Capitol Police cop was politically aware, killed by blow to the head with a fire extinguisher during Trump-inspired riot. U.S. loses 140,000 jobs, first monthly loss in spring. COVID deaths in Los Angeles County for single day equal to homicide deaths for full year. Texas man who sold gun to mass shooter without background check gets 2 years in prison. Atlanta police arrest suspect after 7-year-old killed by stray bullet while Christmas shopping. U.S. Capitol Police officer dies of injuries suffered during pro-Trump insurrection. The following headlines are from military.com. Military leaders say tremendous confusion delayed response to Capitol siege. Neil Sheehan, Pentagon Papers reporter, Vietnam author, dies. Capitol Police rejected Pentagon offers of help to quell mob. Former White House Chief of Staff John Kelly says Trump has poisoned Americans' minds, needs to go. Officials, attacks around Afghanistan kill at least 23. Boeing will pay $2.5 billion to settle charge over 737 MAX aircraft. What kind of uniform is that? Marines drill for inauguration in unique style. The National Guard is fencing off the U.S. Capitol complex for at least 30 days. I expected this as a Marine in Iraq. Veterans in Congress voice rage after mob storms Capitol. Military officers in Congress join call to invoke 25th Amendment, remove Trump. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Black Caucus social justice agenda, Speaker Madigan's future top items as Illinois lawmakers return to Springfield. As driver's license offices reopened again, those braving the long lines also had to deal with freezing temps. Column, Trump incited violence in the U.S. Capitol and now some Republicans disavow him? 2 suburban men are arrested and Chicago real estate agent is fired following U.S. Capitol siege. Registered sex offender was allowed to volunteer for GROTC program in CPS, then preyed on female students, new Inspector General's report says. Newly inaugurated Illinois GOP Congresswoman claims she was attacking Democrats inciting Adolf Hitler. Man drove getaway car in killing of 17-year-old who he and shooter wrongly thought was rival gang member, prosecutors say. Coronavirus in Illinois updates. State passes 1 million confirmed and probable COVID-19 cases as 8,757 new infections and 177 additional deaths reported. A tragic milestone. Illinois coronavirus case count surges past 1 million. Republican U.S. Rep. Adam Kinzinger calls for 25th Amendment to remove President Trump from office. The following headlines are from phys.org. New analysis highlights importance of groundwater discharge into oceans. Bats with white nose syndrome prefer suboptimal habitats despite the consequences. 2020 ties 2016 as hottest year on record. Deal reached on project to protect lakes from invasive fish. Australia sweltered through its fourth hottest year in 2020. When salespeople advocate for sellers and customers. Researchers offer approaches for the sustainable expansion of the U.S. seafood industry. New discovery sheds light on the mysterious family life of notorious saber-toothed tiger. Emotionally appealing ads may not always help consumer memory. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Friday, January 8th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Why insect extinction should bug you. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. World Cup leader Pincher Walt fastest in first giant slalom run. 5 nations want Iran to deliver justice on downed plane. Pakistani court sentences militant leader to 5 years in jail. Villa Liverpool Cup game to go ahead despite virus outbreak. UAE cycling team of Tour champ Pogacar gets COVID-19 vaccine. Kenin reaches third round in Abu Dhabi after Flitkin's injury. Courier Journal stopping Louisville presses permanently. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Word Game, January 8, 2021. Bridge, January 8, 2021. Horoscopes January 8, 2021, Cynthia Erivo, make physical improvements. Ask Amy, I know a secret about my cousins, and I wish I didn't. Harriet Cole, I found these old photos, and now I'm mortified by how I look. Miss Manners, how do I apologize for an inappropriate wink? Dear Abby, what can I say to a supermarket tailgater? First Asian American Oakland Unified School District superintendent dies of cancer. The latest, Capitol Police says officer dies after riots. I'm going fast enough, but the other drivers don't think so. Roadshow. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. New Jersey man gets prison for shooting neighbor's dog. European regulator approves drawing 6 doses from each vial of BioNTech Pfizer vaccine, boosting up. No one injured in police shooting in western Pennsylvania. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Republican congressman legitimizes violence as response to election dispute. Some U.S. allies expressed concern about the Capitol insurrection, and others did not. Facebook and Twitter finally do slightly more than literally nothing about Trump. Why I am resigning after stabbing 97 people for Donald Trump. To see police priorities, contrast Capitol mob with J20 and Black Lives Matter protests. Storming of the Capitol was openly planned but ignored by law enforcement. Inside the insurrection. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Friday, January 8, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. New statistical method exponentially increases ability to discover genetic insights. Initial severity of COVID-19 not associated with later respiratory complications. Preserving workers' hearing health by improving earplug efficiency. Examining association of age, household dysfunction, outcomes in early adulthood. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Gas station, restaurant, robbed at gunpoint in the Via. Male robs Old Norwood Park gas station at gunpoint. Gas station clerk robbed at gunpoint in Irving Park. Man killed in East Garfield Park shooting, police. Woman struck, killed in rollover crash in Chatham, police. Horoscope for Friday, January 8, 2021. Number 12 Illinois rallies past Northwestern with 53-13 edge in second half. 3 arrested after crashing carjacked vehicle on near West Side, police. Midwest Fishing Report, perch and ice fishing access. Chicago area CEO and suburban tattoo artist among those arrested at Capitol. The following headlines are from Riverfront Times St. Louis. The Stellar Hall closes South St. Louis location indefinitely. You can now buy Josh Hawley Sucks t-shirts. 6 Missouri Republicans objected to electoral votes after Capitol attack. St. Louis Carly Kloss on in-laws Jared Kushner, Ivanka Trump, I've tried. Cori Bush, expel Republican congressman who incited Capitol terror. The next headlines are from Detroit Metro. 12 plus best free adult dating sites 2021. Meet local singles in your area. Here are the 3 Michigan Republicans who still voted to overturn election results, despite the attack on the U.S. Capitol. Lying conservative activist who organized trip to Capitol poised to head Michigan Republican Party. You can reserve the entire Cranbrook Art Museum starting this month. The siege at the U.S. Capitol was similar to what happened in Lansing this spring. U.S. Rep. Rashida Tlaib calls for Trump's immediate impeachment for inciting violence at the Capitol, and she's not alone. Michigan Capitol building temporarily closed amid threat. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Friday, January 8, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Cruz faces fury from Houstonians and Democratic foes after D.C. mob chaos. Openings and closings, Good Vibes Burgers Pearland, Lefty's cheesesteaks. Rockets will have a long, slow road to improvement. Betting odds on next Houston Texans head coach. Reviews for the uneasily quarantined, one night in Miami. Houston's 5 best weekend food bets, score half-off eats at the new Carinas. Houston's underground music venues are leery about stimulus grants. Local leaders discuss arrival of dangerous COVID-19 strain, vaccine rollout and D.C. riot. Best virtual bets, Big Ben's, vaccines, and drowning girls. Bitcoin ATMs are a mixed bag in Houston. The next headlines are about world records making news. Coronavirus live news, U.S. hits global record with 4,000 COVID deaths in 24 hours, EU order 300 more Pfizer jabs, The Guardian. Swimming World presents, special sets, top sets the Don Swartz way, Swimming World magazine. Meet Presha Kemeny, 5-year-old who set world record in naming countries, flags and capitals, She the People. 2 Banbury adventurers break Guinness World Record with longest ever journey by scooter and sidecar, Banbury Guardian. KGF Chapter 2 teaser, world record, YouTube views count, review, reactions, Twitter trend, WhatsApp status, Z Business. Climate change, 2020 in a dead heat for world's warmest year, BBC News. Industrial vs. Oz third test, Rohit Sharma creates world record, becomes first batsman to hit 100 sixes against Australia, Inside Sport. This Mumbai lady cycled 19,000 kilometers and set a Guinness World Record, The Bridge. Texas 5A record holder Connor Foote will remain in state with 2022 verbal to Aggies, Swimming World magazine. Man bags Guinness World Record for blowing 783 small bubbles inside a big one, watch, Republic World. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. FCC chairman quietly abandoned attempt to clarify Section 230. Thankfully, Singapore just made it harder to own 3D printed guns. Shopify boots off Trump Organization and campaign stores. Catjoy settles with FTC after years of cheating mobile gamers. Thanks for the evidence, use it issues dweebs. Researchers take another look at platypus DNA, and yup, still weird. Striking 3D satellite images show shattered iceberg A68A, which still threatens a sensitive island. YouTube says it will temporarily block channels that share election disinformation. A man ate a toothpick and it was stuck in his butt for months. Physicists are looking for dark matter in tiny, ancient black holes. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Kalamunda in Australia at 109.4 degrees Fahrenheit or 43 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Nera in Russia at minus 61.42 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 51.9 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Baby-making machines, Chinese tweet on Uyghurs not against Twitter rules. Anthony Mackie plays an android super soldier in Outside the Wire trailer. SpaceX has launched its 50th previously flown rocket, updated. Boeing charged with fraud over 737 MAX, fined more than $2.5 billion. Elon Musk is the world's richest person. Samsung backtracks on $1,000 Chromebooks with cheaper Galaxy Chromebook 2. Insurrectionists' social media presence gives feds an easy way to ID them. One piece of optical hardware performs massively parallel AI calculations. Nerds is the free, pleasant 6-player card game we could all use right now. How the Trump-incited mob may have caused the COVID superspreader event. The following headlines are from Raw Story. On Parler, the MAGA social media platform, Trump supporters are ready for insurrection. Facial recognition company cited in Antifa plans spread by Trump world media says entire report is a lie. The growing list of lawmakers and groups supporting Donald Trump's impeachment or 25th Amendment removal. How Republican lawmakers endanger their own colleagues during the Capitol siege. Mitch McConnell warned of a looming death spiral before all hell broke loose on Capitol Hill. Pentagon under fire after memos reveal tight limits on National Guard response to Trump insurrection. Betsy DeVos receives brutal send-off from teachers and her own governor. Trump aides complain their careers are also victims of his failed insurrection report. Megadonor who bankrolled Josh Hawley calls for senator to be censured. We owe it to our children. He is mad King George. GOP laments total monster Trump as he finally concedes his loss. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Those of us who don't die are going to quit. A crush of patience, dwindling supplies and the nurse who lost hope. Capitol rioters planned for weeks in plain sight. The police weren't ready. At Fox News, it's always about scary threats to white people. How police unions responded to the assault on the Capitol. Biden wants to fight domestic terrorism. Here's how he can do it. Forget social media, Fox News is still the real problem. How would the police have reacted if black people stormed the Capitol? Trump incited domestic terror. Now what? Catch our live blog coverage of the insurrection attempt. Only a few congressional Republicans could bring themselves to blame Trump for yesterday's violence. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Mad minute stories from Thursday, January 7th, nationalkhq.com, KHQ right now. Harvard astronomer believes alien debris passed Earth in 2017, KCTV Kansas City. How far will our search for aliens go in 2021, Forbes? The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Headspace Guide to Meditation, can Netflix deliver enlightenment in 20 minutes, The Guardian. Researchers aim to improve cognitive performance, mobilize the brain's reserve mechanisms, News Medical Net. The acceleration of Alzheimer's disease drug innovations, Grit Daily. Neuromorphic computing market outlook and opportunities in grooming regions, edition 2021 to 2026 leading players, IBM, Samsung Electronics, Intel Corporation, HRL Laboratories, The Courier. Adderall alternatives, best natural over-the-counter nootropic options, Austin Chronicle. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Friday, January 8th, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Radar and UAPs, a new resource. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Friday, January 8th, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on in, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. True Strange News Fair Use Statement. No Views News is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2020 by No Views News. All rights reserved.